Hey Sag, how's it going? Happy birthday, by the way. It's 8:23. I'm gonna go shout out to my continuous follower subscribers and to my new ones. Alright, let's see. It's November 23rd. Let's see. Oh, some cards are in reverse. Oh yeah, some cards were in reverse last night. Let's see. Hold up. Okay, let's see. There's a little actions over there. Alright. What do we have for Sag? General message, just whatever comes through, comes through. I'm gonna get them all out first. Okay. You could be, I'll tell you, you could have a different opinion of another right now, or you can notice that someone else is having a different opinion versus you, and they usually are in agreement to you. It's as if this Queen of Cups is avoiding a limitation, a restriction, and a Sagittarius is looking straight at it. So that could come off in a sense like, let's address any difficulties or errors. That way we avoid a major one. One more. That was the High Priestess and the Hierophant. One more. Definitely. Okay, that's not gonna be one more. You saw how strong that was? 3 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this speaks on collaboration. Okay, what is beneficial for all involved? Like, how can y'all shift the energy in the room? You know, this is like that. What can y'all say and do? This is also pulling through, like, because I did yesterday's Sagittarius reading yesterday, and it's pulling through as such, like wanting more answers, seeking more answers, but not going to be able to get them unless you're actively involved, like contracted. So you and another could be seeking answers, but won't receive them until you are contracted with your interest. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Yeah, because it's typical, excuse me, it's typical for many to want to go in collaboration with another, but then when the money's available, say they're giving the money, they jet. And they don't even do what they would have done with the money if the money was like only assigned to the specific project in mind. For example, right? They go off and do something else that doesn't even complement the project of interest. So it's very interesting how individuals are like that. And then their money just, it burns out their hand, right? They have nothing to show for it. Very little to none to show for it, right? And then they're gonna be interested in a project, you know, in a collaboration, investing with someone. Well, now that they have very little to none, they're interested in that. But if they had more then, that could be supportive, significant enough, right? Sufficient, not significant, sufficient enough. They don't even go, you know, and invest it with an individual, like with the compatible individual. Okay, very interesting. So it's like people want one thing and go after another. Like, you could be noticing this of someone, this could be of you, or someone noticing this of you. Okay, but we do have the 10 of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. So this does speak on family, connectivity, okay? The energy is also pulling through right now that you could be seeking someone from the past. 6 of Cups energy, like you could be re-entering a contract with someone from the past, or seeking, longing for someone of the past, whether that's someone you know from back in the day, or that's a family member. You feel as if, or it's like a thought, like, would that be something I should do. Like, should I suggest? Should I bring an offer? You know, it's just kind of like that, looking for where you fit in or where they fit in or how, you know. We have here Three of Swords came in reverse, Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the World Energy. Nice. So that Three of Swords was just in reverse, and I could have sworn I fixed it, and the Five of Cups was in reverse too, but that was from the previous reading. But yeah, that's how it came out, so that's how I'm taking it. Yeah, this Star and Ace of Swords with the Ace of Wands and Full Energy speaks on taking that step, taking that risk, right? It's a calculated risk that you are to take. Okay, because those answers or like the growth, the prosperity comes about when you're in collaboration, not before. Okay, because as I said, it happens a lot. It happens more in individuals that are in poverty. When they have X amount of money, they'll take and they don't produce well, right? They don't invest it well because they have a poverty mindset. So what will they do? They will spend it on like a necklace, a car, a watch, like a $10,000 watch, you know, like $100,000 necklace, you know, like, okay, how does that give though? You know, for example, yeah. So we have here the Three of Swords in reverse with the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so we do have the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Okay, this Queen of Cups, whether it's a water sign, Pisces, Cancerian, Scorpio, or just an individual that works with emotions, with compassion, right? That type of individual. They have their own to bring in, and they're also after the prize. Okay, and what's coming through is like, you don't get the prize before, it's after. But some don't get that. Some don't understand that. And so, well, that's why when they run off, they do bad business. They run off and they don't have much to show, or if any, to show. Nothing's long lasting, or no one would want to do business with them, because why? Now they know how they operate, right? Even their own family wouldn't want to do business with them because they are dirty in business, right? So this could be someone that has mutual experience as you, where you in the past had experiences Three of Swords. So did they, when pertaining to family and business, because this Three of Swords is on the Ten of Pentacles, which is pertaining to family and how they do in business with this Ace of Cups, how they exchange in business. They take more than they give. They are threatened by anybody that's independent, confident, and it's like they target their own ally. So if they feel some type of way, these type of individuals will target their own ally, whether that's family or individuals from around the way. Okay, we have here the the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Cups with the Ace of Wands on that. So we have three aces out on the table so far. Okay, but yeah, there is only a specifics that will intrigue you enough or bring you comfort enough for you to enter into a collaboration. Now, there's a specific why I would enter into a collaboration with my brother, my sister, my cousin, my aunt, uncle, right? Niece, nephew. There's a specific reason only, or like a requirement. Also, the energy still pulling through again from last night's reading was feeling as you left someone out in the cold, or as someone left you out in the cold. It's like in the time of need, you could have left someone out in the cold due to your own reasons. Okay, which after the fact, then you think back on it and it was like, wow, I can't believe I left them out in the cold in that moment. Yeah, I was facing this or that, but still, despite this or that, I could have been there for them. They were there for me when they were facing this and that and that. So, it's like, how come I couldn't find it within myself? It was like you It seems as if you're a burden of a situation, but you know in your heart that you could have extended yourself or opened your door in a time of need, whether it's for a friend or a family. Okay? But you chose not to. And now it feels as if there was some guilt there. This could also be the person that you're wanting to re-enter a contract with, and you have in mind like, well, I left them out in the cold though. You know, like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to come up again. But at the same time, it would have to be addressed. So it's also like accountability. Like, I want to enter in a contract with a certain individual because I like how they work. However, I don't feel like a Sagittarius is ready to be accountable for what their shortcomings. And that's only for some Sagittarius, right? The message is only going to apply at that for some Sagittarius, and bits and pieces, in full or not at all, but you're going to know that best, right? This is the energy that's coming through. Okay, and that was coming through last night too. This one wants to show through. The Hermit, Ace of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Yeah, you did put a light on a situation. You see where you could have it different. Magician, yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, it played out as it did. Like, you know, that's done and over with. Okay, we have here the untold story and the Six of Pentacles. Nonetheless, can this be corrected? I think so. Untold story. I mean, it depends on where you're standing, where you intend to stand, where you're coming from at that. You know, it depends. Like, have you been reborn was coming through? Like, is there a makeover? Have you been reborn? Like, or are you that same person that will switch up on an individual in a time of need because of your own, like, selfish reason? And it's good to be selfish, but it's like there's a time and a place when to be. Okay, then we have here the 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Responsibility, taking on a responsibility. Your interest is to take on some responsibilities for this 10 of Cups. Do you want to enter into this new world? Can you? Will you? We have here the 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Well, it depends on what you're holding back. Oh yeah, also that's coming in energy again. So last night it was speaking on holding. So you could have been restricting, limiting someone by withholding what is theirs. 7 of Pentacles. Also, some individuals are spiteful. They'll withhold their own participation to hold back somebody else. So have you been actively participating with your loved ones or your family? They don't have to be loved ones. Not everyone loves their family member. That's just how it is. But have you been actively participating in the support of a family member, a brother, a sister, a mom, a mother, father, niece, nephew, child, you know, cousin? Like, have you been actively participating? Your neighbor, like, you know, I'm getting where like neighbors even stop by and they're like giving, they're willing, but have you been actively participating? Because I'm getting the feel where, you know, some friends, they meet up and they could meet up on a daily, but still nothing comes of them other than conversation, you know, other than chilling back watching some TV, you know, or some celebrations here and there, you know, like drinking, partying. But what more? Why is it just that alone? Why is that the limit there? Watching TV, conversation, watching the kids run around and play. You know, why is that the boundary that we, or it's more common to, you know, visit? No, you know? So that's also stepping in. There's some form of connectivity, yet there's also only this much. I only give this much, knowing you could give more, or they could give more. There was a restriction, intentional restriction. Why? Also, it's as if some need a pass, some need a type of card, I'm seeing like little tickets, like little different color tickets. Like you have to have these certain tickets to get past this like certain room of activity, for example. So yeah, that could apply. That could be significant for you. But yeah, we have here the Lovers. But that's also like a barrier. Not like I notice I often say like that's a barrier. The Lovers and then the Sun crossing. Like really, you gotta move with love. You gotta move with love, and you gotta be open to love. Okay. Also, take in. I feel like there's a suggestion box or it's needed. Okay, we have here forgiveness. That's needed. Number 7, family. Okay. Love, romantic, counterpart. Okay, we have here beauty. Okay, and what else? And that's 6. That's a lot. Okay, we have here patterns, 12. Okay, we have here their secrets, 10. It's like when someone's given the clearance, you can only do this or that. Okay, keep these individuals occupied. You can only do this or that. So someone could have had like a job where they could only do so much at that. But it's also a choice to remain in that agreement. Okay, we have here flow, water, generosity, communication, and healing. Yeah, I feel like a Sagittarius is feeling like someone it has made an immense amount of growth, but it's like without another person's participation support. They could have made it with that other person, but I feel like there were some restrictions, limitations. And it's not, and I don't want to say it's because someone was a parent, a single parent, or usually a single parent they have to tend to the kids and everything else, right? That's a full-time job, right? It's kind of like that, but there's many single parents that link in with other single parents, and they get some projects going, So I feel like there's no excuse. It's just like we need the right partner. That's what it is. Yeah, we need the right partner. We need the right teammate. Okay, we need a support team, or the individual that's collaborating to be supportive, right? Because there's some people that collaborate only for their own personal gains. Okay, and we need to ensure that that's not the case. But yeah, that's what's coming through. Forgiveness, beauty, secrets, flow, water, generosity, emotions are needed to flow. Emotional conversation is going to come about, communication and healing. This is like family vibes. I'm getting like an emotional conversation comes about to heal the family. That's if you're ready for it. Okay, we have forgiveness, beauty, and secrets. There is like even what the good comes out of this. I don't want to go too deep. It's not personal, but like there's like amount of good that's gonna come out of this secret. Okay, an amount of good. Okay, and it's fucked up that there was even a secret, because the secret was the limitation, the restriction that it was prohibiting. But yeah, it's like once that secret's revealed, then the amount of good comes, and it's not only for the individual that needs to know about the secret or the information. It's also for the individual who's been keeping the secret that is finally going to be able to benefit. They don't realize that they were holding back their own gains, their own benefits, their own blessings, but for their own reasons, they were holding back. Okay, whatever it was, holding back mail, holding back financials, holding back the blessing at that, the activity, right, the participation. Okay, yeah, because I do feel a sense of like a spiritual contract that was to be. Okay, what other? Thank you. We have here conflict and decisions. There's like conflicted decisions going on within an individual. Like the recognition right from wrong. Do I say, do I go? Like, do I do this? Do I do that? So it's like someone has been faced with a lot of, like in their environment, a lot of decisions that has taken a toll on their like intuition, decision making, coexistence, health, and loyalty. Yeah, it's like also, you know what I'm saying is like too, like the loyalty, like do I do this with this person or that person? Like, you know, this is also trying to favor, you know, this one. Why would I favor this one? Why would I give to this one, not that one? It's also like the feel of individuals giving to individuals that are not even blood related over their own blood related family member, right? It's like, why do you choose to give to this person and connect and collaborate and build them up, support them over your own family member? And I'm not saying don't collaborate with others. Yes, that's good, but it was like, why would it be this person over this person? You know, there is need for recognition here, to recognize your own decisions and thinking process, innovation, decision making, and independence. Innovation, decision making, and independence. Yeah, someone wanted to be an independent, like businessman, businesswoman, or show that they were independent or a leader or better than, and that's fine to show that you're a leader and independent, but it's like, at what cost? We have intimate, friendship, and leadership. Okay, intimacy, friendship, and leadership. So this intimacy talks about closeness with friends and collaboration, leading, knowing how to lead. What does lead mean? Some people hear leading and leader as if they're the only one participating in a direction. To lead a direction, like take a path, but others will follow as see fit. But how can anyone lead if they're like, I'm getting where individuals has a trail, but then they're removing the trail. Like, you want to lead, but then you remove the trail. Like, how does that make sense? You know? Emotional repair and passion. Having to repair your passion, compassion. Okay? Because your compassion could have been targeted from a situation out of this realm, out of these like topics. Yeah, at a younger age. Something could have conflicted your compassion, a situation, a person, where you would have to repair that in order to be able to make these clear decisions when connecting to others, or if with intent to connect to others. Because I'm getting like a sense where individuals working with others, but they're also standoffish, you know, or they're like questioning the others at the table, but they're all doing arts and crafts, and then why is anyone being questioned? You know, that's what I have for you, Sag. Thank you. Take care. Peace be. And happy birthday to all Sages.